You were on Phil also. How did they do it with the camera on Phil also?
It was like awesome.
Way up. But
Bro,
did you
let's
like
put it in the tree.
did you like look up at it and be like, oh hey guys?
No, because then there
Oh,
was
yes.
like camera. There was a camera focusing on me as well. that
Ah,
camera
okay.
focusing on
We're a
me.
bit
Yeah.
lower budget,
That's
but
okay.
you know, that's okay.
That's
What are
fine.
you doing this?
I don't know. But with that, we can start episode. I think it's 16. Episode is it 16 or 7?
I don't know.
We can start our next episode.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back.
Episode
everybody.
16.
Yeah, welcome
Yeah.
back to Bradford Talks. It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
As you can see, we are on video today.
Video.
Hopefully, if this went
If it
well.
works.
If it works, we're on video.
If it
All right,
works.
guys. Yes.
We're
That's
out.
gone all over.
We are in the soil.
We are
Yes,
touching grass.
exactly.
Gamers
Throwback.
cannot relate.
Yes, throwback to that short where like we had the fake grass and now
And
I
then
mean it's mainly oh my questions. Now it's real grass, but it's also soil. So yes. So
And rock.
today, as you might have seen, we are joined by a special guest. This is Matthias Gatt. I'm going
Matthias.
to call him Matti
Yes,
because I'm used to calling him Matti.
Yeah.
And he is. Would you want actually? Do you want to introduce yourself?
Of
for us?
course, I would. As you're seeing over there onto my right, there's a chessboard. And yes, I am a chess nerd. Thank you for asking. I don't know what was good, but I don't care.
It's fine.
Okay, so essentially, I think most of you know already, there's a chess club at the university which was established a year ago. And surprise, surprise, I'm the president and the founder of it. Yip, yip.
All right,
It's
so
very-
the University of Malta Chess Club. Let's talk about that. I just stole Retin League's bit. It's fine. So, I have some questions here. They're pretty basic, and you know we want to. Obviously, I've been to a couple of events, so we'll talk a bit about those as well. But just to sort of get a general idea. So obviously, the chess club you play chess, right? But what else do you do? So you're the chess club. You play chess, but what else do you do? What do you offer chess enthusiasts?
Okay, we offer a chance for members and university students, mostly university students, also staff members, so they could feel the nature of chess. For example, I've heard a lot of students say, "Oh, I know this game, but I didn't have the chance to like practice it, or I didn't have any chance to like play it," and this will offer them a chance to learn and to showcase their skills during workshops or even events that we're planning at the moment. This will also help students that are from Erasmus, for example, maybe somewhere across Europe, that feel comfortable playing chess, and they would have somewhere to go and enjoy themselves in a community. And that's what I'm trying to aim as the president.
All right. So currently, I know you don't have an office yet, but you're working on trying to get a permanent location.
About that, the permanent location for us to have events is already settled. It's mostly going to be in the library or else at the sports hall next to the pool. We already have great contact with the library. Thanks
Shout out to the library.
Yeah, shout out to the library. They've helped us a lot. We've helped them as well. However, in terms of events, they've been helping us with rooms, with equipment. So I'm very thankful for the library to help us give a chance. And it's not easy. It's really not easy. I thought it would be all butterflies or like easy as cake kind of term, but it's not. So it's a bit challenging for me. It's a bit challenging for the executive members as well. However, we're doing really good so far, and the progress from last year to this year has really improved. So I really think of this as a milestone, I guess.
All right.
Uh, to be honest, I was kind of confused. Like I when I heard the chess club was just like created, I was like, it's weird. I thought there always was a chess club in university because I'd heard about it before.
In fact, yes, the chess club that I remember was back in the late 90s, I believe. It was formed by one of the greatest Maltese chess players of all time, Geoffrey Borge. There was his brother as well, Amandro Borge, Conrad Stake, and Joseph Lowry, who are staff members over here, had their own chess club. Even the current MCF, Malta Chess Federation president, Duncan, had his own club there. So, going by time, there has been different types of clubs. However, I think the club in this generation is really, really, really special because of COVID.
Okay.
It was that point in time where online lessons were held. And everyone was saying, "Oh, online lessons are fucking boring." Let's wait.
You can.
Okay.
Don't worry. Go ahead.
They're
ahead.
boring as hell.
Yes.
Yes, the swear words. Wait, actually, warning. This is only for over 16s. Don't be a naughty boys or girls.
Yes, it's
Okay.
marked explicit on Spotify.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes.
no,
Every
I
episode.
did the
is-
freaky face again. I'm sorry. Anyway, yes, I think the generation is different because COVID helped quite a lot of non-learners understand, and they got into chess. And I thought, and I said, this would be the best time to try it out. And there are people that I know that have been to tournaments and are interested in the club, but there were quite a lot of people that I don't know about, but they know theory quite well. So I'm pretty surprised. One person, he's a lecturer and he's really, really, really enjoys chess. He I think he had a rating before, I'm not sure, but he understands it really, really well, and I think he got that because of COVID. I mean, I'm not sure at the end of the day, but I saw an increase of people, students in this case, enjoying chess online.
All right. So when you were previously on Philosopher's episode talking about chess, the chess club was not a thing yet.
No, it wasn't, yes.
What from that? I know it was in the works. You had mentioned that you were thinking about it. And there was
Yes,
some
exactly.
thoughts. From that point, to sort of until it was founded and until now. So what sort of inspired you to say, all right, I want there to be the chess club, and I'm going to be the president of the chess club and take it forward?
To be honest, it was just me saying, how can I involve myself more in chess in Malta? I mean, considering ours as being a really, really small country, and sport is quite favorable here. It's really favorable. However, I don't really see chess being that important in the sport community because there's Formula One and football, which are really, really, really popular here. So I was a bit worried that chess might not receive the appreciation it is. So that was one of the few reasons I wanted to start this. So I would have a better point of helping out this community, because at the time as a chess player I was struggling with my playing, so I thought of another way to contribute to chess in Malta. That's probably the main reason why.
Alright, and I think as well, like you mentioned, that football and Formula One are very popular.
Yes.
And when you mention chess as a sport, people maybe say,
It's not a sport.
they don't consider
Yeah.
it that way to them.
That's for me is a red flag.
Alright, let's just
Content
talk about
warning.
that.
Fuck you for the wait. I can't do gestures, right?
Yes.
Fuck you for those who say that chess is not a sport. I will come to your wait. No. Oh, okay, I better stop. Threaten people.
Alright, give us your explanation then on convince. Okay, so I don't believe chess is a sport. Convince me that it's a sport. No, I'm just pretending.
He's playing devil's advocate.
Give us a 5-minute commercial break. I'm gonna choke you.
No.
Okay,
Camera,
so
keep rolling. Keep me
so in football, in sports like football, basketball, like even golf, for example, there is some kind of ranking. Yes, so we know who's the top team or the top player, the top club, for example. Chess is like that as well. There's a sort of ranking. Also, it has its own private competitions. For example, FIFA have their own exclusive Champions League, for example, and other tournaments. The Chess also has exclusive competitions. Some of them being the World Candidates, which is only for the top few players. There's also the Olympiads, which is a country-based tournament where you're going to represent your country, both for the men's and the women's, which is another point as well I'd like to mention. And then there's also the finals, which basically in the Champions League, when they get to the final, you get either winner or the runner-up. The same is with chess. Now, with chess, there's a really different system. It's called a system, which the Champions League have now taken into that system. So it's a really fair system, which bases who you would play, and then if you get that many points and after a following amount of round, you'll play against that person or team with the same amount of tiebreaks. I don't think the Champions League is doing that because it's just 2 teams from A, 2 teams from B, 2 teams from 2C, and then it's a bit unfair. But anyway, I'm going out of point here. It's considered a sport because you're also burning calories while thinking, and this was a piece of information where I got it from somewhere, and I was, whoa, this is amazing. Even though it doesn't really show physical, because I understand people when they say chess is not really a sport, because there isn't the physical aspect to it. But take a look at darts, for example. Darts is a sport. The only thing to do is
Yeah, it's not super physically challenging.
You see some of the darts players, and they
Yeah.
look like you, Dave.
so. Even snooker, they have the minimal movement as well. So just wow.
Guys, David doesn't get offended by that.
I
Before you
don't,
cancel
don't
me, don't worry.
Well, if you want to cancel
So-
him anyway, I
No,
think that
no,
would be
that's
very
fine.
funny.
And chess as well, all I have to do is lift up a piece. Again, minimal movement. So if these two are considered sports but chess is not, I mean, I think that's a bit silly.
I want to build on that point a bit.
Yes.
With esports, because
That's
for a long time, I was, when I was younger, like in sixth form, I was like, oh, because they should be treated the same as a traditional athlete, because it's an esport.
Yeah.
But then I was sort of like, okay, I can understand that this requires the discipline of a traditional sport, because you have to study, you have to
Put in the work.
put in the work, a lot of work. Sometimes when it's more of a mental game, it's a bit, I would say, more tiring.
I'm sorry.
What was that?
I'm
You go,
trying
bro.
I'm trying to be the star of the program.
He doesn't
Fine,
like-
you are the star, don't worry. You'll have your name featured in the bottom left of our thumbnail.
Hell yeah.
And from that standpoint, I can sort of see the sporting parallels. But then obviously, I think in the traditional sense, you're not actually physically, straining. You're not training any muscles apart from your brain,
Yeah.
maybe if that counts.
Yeah.
So I get what you mean, but I get why also people say it's maybe not what they would consider to be an outright sport, because I think it depends on your definition of sport. But then you had mentioned this, and this is something I also have the same qualms about with esports, and I want you to expand on what you mentioned about chess. Currently, at least in esports, men and women are segregated, and
Yeah.
to me, that makes no sense. Because once you take out that largely physical aspect, once it becomes a very mental thing and a very discipline-based thing, I don't know why there is this divide. For example, let me talk about an esport for like 2 minutes. Counter-Strike is the esport I follow. That's a 5 versus 5 plus a coach. There are good female players. Now, obviously, the game itself is not very welcoming to female players, so the player base is majority male, as with most games.
Yeah.
But there are some really good female players, but they never play with other good male players. They always have a mix of other women in the team, and due to the obviously lower amount of female players overall, the chances of having 5 really top tier players from the same region, from the same country, within the same sort of areas, and to have this like sort of backing of an organization is quite rare and difficult. And I don't know if it's something similar in chess, because I know chess is usually a 1 versus 1 kind of thing. So maybe you could build on that.
Okay. As you said, yes, it's kind of one-on-one, so there isn't really a lot I can talk about. However, there is some kind of things I can say about it. In chess, obviously, you'll get better, and if you get much better at it, you receive what's called titles, and titles resemble your position or how good are you in that sport. For example, there are male categories and there's female categories as well. So that would give a bit of balance. Now, the females are only for females. So there's the women candidate master, women FIDE master, women international master, and women grandmaster. That's the highest title you can get. However, some female chess players, one of them is Judith Polgar, who's a very, very famous Hungarian grandmaster and one of the top female chess players of her generation. And I think there's also Mia Kramling, I think. She's quite famous as well. Both of them have something in common, which is they both got the grandmaster title, which is for
The next one, too.
no, not the next one, because the highest you can get as a female is the woman grandmaster. However, they're the only two on. Well, no, not the only two. They're the two chess players that I've mentioned, which also have a male title. So obviously the rating cap between the females and the males are really, really different. I believe if you're around 2300 in a rating, and you're a female, you'll get that title, the woman grandmaster. However, at 2300 is more or less equivalent to an international master of the males. In fact, to get your grandmaster title, you need to be you need to get some norms, obviously, but you have to be at some point in time you have to reach over 2500. That's the two categories as well, and they have to beat like grandmasters as well, because obviously
Apart
it
from
doesn't make sense.
all the titles and all the splits and so on, do you agree that there's like this sort of split? Like, does it make sense to you? Because
This-
from an outside perspective,
No, the split is it's a bit complicated, and I'll explain why. Usually, when tournaments are hosted, there is usually a female section and an open, not a male. The female is only for females only. The open is for anyone, and anyone can join. But the split would, I agree, the split is something which is problematic at the moment. However, I think it's fair. I think it's really, really fair, because the females can either compete in their section, or else if you want another Susan Polgar or Mia Kramnik, females can always take part in the open. The open is open for everyone, because they have a chance to become as good as men, and there's a little or few amount of women that can do it, and I think it's possible.
alright. So I'm just gonna quickly make sure the camera's still rolling, because it's the first time, so I just want to make sure it's all good. Hold my questions, David. Okay. So
Intermission.
the next, now I'm gonna ask you while I'm doing it. So the next question is,
Yeah.
going back to the chess club, is as the chess club, what are some? Okay, we're still good. We're good. What
Yeah.
are some challenges as an organization, not just I mean, even just amongst the members themselves, that like a member or somebody who's not involved might not be aware of, or might not really account for when they come to comment on the chess club?
That's a really tough question. Most of our problems are they're quite usual. They come from preparing events. I know that they have involved themselves in the chess club, so they have to work in order to retain their place. But I also understand that they are students, and some people, such as myself, struggle with time and time management. And I think that this is a very, very, very big problem, not only in our club but in all local clubs as well. Even things such as how much work the people take. For example, I had an issue last year that one role was having no work done. because either there was no work or else he only had to do or she only had to do like a few tasks and done. Whilst the other members or one role had to do like most over 50% of the work in order for that event to be done. That's something a bit challenging from my end because as the president I have to take care of the roles. It's my duty and I need to see if the workload is fair, and at the moment I think the workload is fair. I personally like to base the tasks on the roles, but if I see that there's an imbalance, obviously I'm not going to give him or her all of the work. I would give something irrelevant to the person which is not part of the role so they can help out, so there's a little bit of fairness in the group, and I think that's what we need to improve, as well as time management, and I think time management is a really big issue. I do not like when we leave things for last. In fact, we're planning an event on December, which is in Oman, so we're all well and good. And usually I keep deadlines, and because keep in mind that people still need to register, we need to put up the post, and I want everything done by 2 weeks before the event. So then everyone will start registering, we'll start getting funding. At the moment there's a 2 week or more than a 2 week deadline, I give them, which I think it's fair. However, there's still a part of me which overthinks that it might not get done. So I do what it's called and check up meetings. So I would check up if everything's okay. I would also perform a to-do list, so the members would change their status, and I would change if it's either urgent or not important at the moment. But that is what I do, and I think that system would work really perfect.
So if any of the chess club executive are watching or listening,
Oh no, don't
Not
worry, they will.
I was about to say something to be like, oh, you sound like a much greater person than I would be. I'd be like a dictator. You have to do this, but I'm gonna force them to watch the episode. So it's fine. Things like this, you should force them to
Yes,
do.
of
This
course,
is great.
of course.
So
I have a question.
yes,
Mostly about, because I don't know if this is kind of stupid to ask.
No question is a stupid question.
Emma,
in my opinion.
let him go.
the local scene, right? Because you never hear about it in like the news or anything. But I remember in secondary, my school, we had in form 1, we had a compulsory chess lesson once a week, where they taught us chess. They taught us like very simple chess theory, and we had like a chess club. So for during breaks we could go play chess and whatever. Like we would sometimes go to like these small inter-school tournaments. Other than that, like once I left the school, I haven't really heard about anything happening like in the chess space locally. How is the local scene? Just out of curiosity, mostly.
Okay, I understand your point, and this has happened quite a lot of times at university. A lot of things die out, unfortunately. Clubs also die out, and unfortunately, the chess club here was a victim of it. It has died out quite a number of times just because there wasn't enough people who really like chess or like organizing things to what's the word exactly? To help out and show interest to members. However, the local scene, it's really different. At the moment, there are a lot of youngsters that are taking up chess. One of them, I believe he's a 13-year-old who has jumped from a rating of 1,600 up all the way to 2,000. So I think it's an incredible feat for a 12-year-old.
Bro, it's Tom Pass.
And I think
the easy bots. So it's something.
he also took part in the Maltese Championships finals, and he got I think 5th or 4th. I think I'm not sure, and that's all in 1 year.
What place did you get?
I didn't even take part in the championships. But knowing me, I would get stuck in the second tier, which is basically I'll explain how the format is later. But moving on, I think the local scene is really blossoming with a lot of young people who are really into chess or do not know that chess exists. But when we showcase it to them, they just say, "Wow, I really like this. I want to improve on it." My brother is the same as well. He never brought up chess in his life, but he saw me playing it online, so he said, "Oh, this seems fun." So, and on his own, he managed to get to a point where he knows all the fundamentals very well. And in fact, I'm coaching him at the moment. It's not easy because he has other things, but also have other things, but we're managing. So the MCF took that into account, and we are getting more and more youngsters, because I think that's one of the main problems, that before there weren't a lot of youngsters that were very, very, very talented in order to become really good players. But now I can happily say that some young players under the age of 16 are performing really, really well. In fact, there is also the European Youth Championships, where we would get the best players locally and they would play abroad. And this edition, I think, was the most successful one, because as we've got more and more points than other times, other players have been to. I've been to the UICC before, and I was shit. I played shitty games, but these players that went this year have performed really, really, really well. Even in terms of titles as well, there were some players who went to the Olympiad. Some of them, I believe one of them was an under 18. He currently won the championship, and so he's the most at the moment. And one of them is the female championship champion, who is also under 18 and is in the executive at the moment. There's also another female in the executive who went to the Olympiads, and those two females got titles. They got the women's candidate master, and then there was another player in the men's, I believe, who got the FIDE master title. So instead of the candidate master, now it's a FIDE master. So I think locally, it's been really, 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 really great. Schools have been asking me and other trainers to teach chess in schools, and I think it's really, really important that chess must be taught, or it could be compulsory or an activity, but it should include the option for chess. I believe one school has lessons. I forgot where it is exactly, but that's where most chess enthusiasts grow. In that specific school, I can't remember. Yes, Saint Elias. Saint Elias really involves themselves in the chess. I think that's about it for the labels. I think it was a really great people.
It's good. It's good to know. Actually, I remember when I used to go. I'm not a very good player. Like I'm like not very good. I lose against my father. And when I'd go to these tournaments, because not a lot of people would want to go.
Your dad's catching strays.
But that's good.
It's like I lose to my father.
Yes.
Maybe it's good.
I can't remember. He is. When I'd go to these tournaments, because a lot of people didn't want to go. That was the thing. We had people who were good, but they wouldn't go to these tournaments. It was fun. Like the people there, you could tell they were really into the game, or they really wanted like to play well or to improve. It's good to know little like the local scene. I was under the impression likely it was like either in a lull, or it was like not that strong anymore. It's good to know it's still pretty active.
Yes, no. It's quite active, and as I said before, it's been improving for the past few years now. So I'm kind of happy with the way the MCF is pushing our youngsters to become better than the previous generations.
That's good. I'm going to check the camera again. First time, next time we'll know better. But I don't even know my phone if it stops after like a set time or something. So I'm just gonna make sure we're still going.
Yes.
And once again, I want to do this bit where I ask the question as I'm going. So you're talking a bit about the Malta Chess Federation and okay, we're still rolling, perfect. And how sort of the scene is growing locally and so on. So, and obviously, as the chess club, you just had your first AGM last week where the new executive was elected. What would you say to any enthusiast maybe coming into university, or maybe not even at university, maybe they're still in second year, or maybe they're past university. I mean, just a chess enthusiast overall. What would you tell them about the chess club, sort of how to get involved, if it's something they can get involved with, sort of how would they be able to take this chess passion to the next level with the chess club?
Okay, so as I said before, the intention of the chess club was to involve students, specifically university students and staff members as well, to involve themselves more into the chess scene. Also, as well, come to think about it, my colleague, because I work at a chess club, my colleague, who was the ex-Malta champion of last year, mentioned to me that before, like when he was very, very young, there used to be a lot of clubs. There used to be the Slima Club, what else? But there used to be a chess club as well in Tajbish, I think. I'm not sure, but the point is that he experienced a lot of club level tournaments or club level competition. So one of the reasons why I really want students to come is also that as a Maltese scene, we would have a sense of belonging to a specific club. It's obviously our towns and cities are very, very small. We do not have enough people that play chess compared to other people. So it would be a good idea that there'll be different clubs. At the moment there's 5 now, since the chess club, since the university chess club has brought in the club last year. So I think personally, I think that would be a good response to your question.
Alright, thank you. And so to give you another annoying question about student organizations like the chess club. So I asked this question to the ICTSA. I believe I had also asked it to the MPSA, but why it's different, and I'm going to ask it here, is I feel like when I was asking the president of the ICTSA or the president of the Pharmacy Association, I could see them in sort of a bit more structured, maybe systems of like a club where they are the president or they are leading it. I see you as like a very happy guy, sort of takes everything in his stride. You're not really too strict. That's the vibe I get. So from knowing you, so going into the chess club and starting it, you said obviously you thought it would be a bit simpler, but you've started to discover that there's actually a lot of things that go into it. If there's any prospective students, so maybe you wanted to join the exec of the chess club or a different club, or they're interested in starting their own club, maybe they like checkers, or so they want the checkers.
Fucking
like
checkers.
the chess ops, bro, checkers. Maybe
Virgins.
What advice would you give to a student interested in involving themselves in an organization?
But it's not my organization.
No,
For
just,
example,
it could be your organization. It could be, and they want to start one. It could be any org. I'm a student and I'm interested in contributing to an organization. Obviously, your organization is more of like recreational because you play chess and you learn about chess. Maybe others are a bit more structured where they organize events. But seeing as that's why I said it would be a bit different this time around, even because of the structure of the club. But what advice would you give from your experiences?
Honestly, I don't really have a good answer, but the only thing I can say is this. They are students, so at the end of the day, they have to decide what they want to do. I mean, they can take part in a club, they can also be an executive member as well. They can pick no club as well and just focusing on studying, being absolute nerds. Because all my degree is important, but what's the point of university if you have no fun at all? University is a point in time, actually it's the last point in time where you experience your final years as a student and try to enjoy them with memories as much as possible. Um, but honestly, it's completely up to them as long as they can manage their time. If they have a lot of time to spare, then I mean, why not join a club? Why not go to events? Why not help out? And it also comes from the person as well. For example, if that person has difficulties or has problems elsewhere, then all well and good. I feel like these things are not really taken seriously because we, as humans, we like to label people a lot, and I think it's a bit unfair because we do not exactly know or we do not exactly understand what that person is going through. So we tend to judge because they have something that they don't that we have. And I think that would be a lack of social awareness. But that's the best answer I could give. There's nothing really that could really say.
It's a good answer. And then I was like, I don't have a good answer for this, and then dropped the bar.
Pretty good answer.
Yeah.
He will say people.
Social awareness.
Yes, sir. So, looking ahead now for the chess club, it's your second year. You just had the AGM, like we said. Fun fact: I was the chairperson for that AGM,
Oh yeah.
and I did absolutely nothing except sit on a chair.
I mean, the chairperson.
Yes, of
Yes.
course.
You're the guy on the
So, because the vice president Andre, who was also on one of our episodes,
Yes, exactly.
go
Yes,
watch that one.
He told
I'm going
me.
to put it up here in this box. I wonder if I pointed in the right direction.
I don't think so.
So Hito was like, this is a bit of a funny story. I was having a very nice dinner, and I check my phone around because I don't want to use my phone at the dinner table or out at a nice
No, of
restaurant.
course, it's quite bad.
Exactly.
Right?
And then at one point I want to see the time, so I turn on my phone to see the time, and I see like 3 DMs from the vice president of the chess club. Jan, oh my god, I need your help, Jan. And I'm like, what?
This is so Andre.
I'm like,
Exactly. Andre.
I'm like, sorry guys, I have to respond to this. And I like message. What happened? You good, bro? Nothing. I got a response the next morning.
That is
He's
Andre.
like, and this is on Friday evening, Saturday morning. Just like, we have the AGM of the chess club, and we need the chairperson. Can you do it? And I'm like, oh, what is that it? And I checked my schedule. I was like, I can make it. Oh,
Yeah.
I came dressed very nice.
Yeah,
I came
I-
from
I-
work. I came from work.
I saw the photo.
Yeah.
But I came so بالقميص
حطيت
Oh,
كواليس.
azat. Oh, I was like, all right. I did not take my break at work that day, so I could leave an hour earlier to be there on time. But we started late. But anyway, I arrive. I take my place. I have my name card,
On the chair.
Yeah.
chairperson, and Andrea's just like, when a new person is nominated, so you're gonna be like, there's no contests right now. There's no elections, so you're just gonna say, this person for this role, all in favor, motion passed. So I'm just waiting because it's like the last thing. So the treasurer first, Matthias gives his speech, then the treasurer gives his report. I'm like, wait, and that's my time to shine. We're gonna move to the elections. This guy turns to the side. Okay, so we're gonna do the elections. So first up, me for president, all in favor. I'm like, he stole my thunder.
This is
So-
my job.
Oopsie daisy.
So then at the end of the meeting, they were like, I did nothing basically. I just sat there and I did nothing. I was like, and Andrea like looked at me and was like, wait, let me do it towards the camera. I'm like, Yeah. So then at the end, Matthias was like thanking everyone. He was like, I was like, thanks, Jan. I was like, and then I had to, you know, I was like, guys, I can confirm there was no ballot bombing here. There was no voter fraud. All good. So I did something.
Yeah,
I
no,
did
no,
something.
you did something there. It was
Even though you got your
democratic.
thunder stolen.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it's okay. I still love you, bro. Even though you sided with Chelsea as well, man. It's okay.
I'm going to
It's
myself.
okay. Don't say that. That's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Yeah, it is a joke.
Just you're doing well
Do
right
not
now.
send this. Yeah. Do not send this to people who think you joke. They're taking it seriously.
Yes, very much. Cut. No. Looking ahead now, obviously, apart from that story, because I mentioned the AGM, and I was like, I have to say.
You have to
this
say it.
story.
Yeah, of course.
But looking ahead now, this year, what are the organization's goals? I mean, the main goals for this academic, because obviously for the term, because you cannot speak past your term, it's a bit difficult.
Of course.
I know that, I don't know if this was public yet, so we have to cut it, but I know you're going to launch a membership now to try
Yes,
and
we
help
are.
with funding.
Yes.
It's not going to be expensive from what I heard.
No, it's not
So if
expensive.
you want to explain it as well.
Yes. So basically, what you're going to do for the membership is
It's fine, just talk.
I'm going to like take one eye out. And,
It's like that SpongeBob thing where it's the book and his two eyes.
Pretend it's not there.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll explain. So, essentially, what the idea is that we're gonna request a €5 fee for the whole year, and this will include bonuses like they if they take part in tournaments, they get less. Their fee would be less. They would include workshops as well, which we're gonna do once per week now, because we've discussed bi-weekly, so 1 week, 1 day, and then the other week, no workshops. But because we want to take degree plus hours a bit more seriously, we decided, okay, so 1 day we do till Wednesday, next week Friday, then we alternate again from Wednesday, Friday, and so on and so forth. So that's the basic idea. As goals, instead of making more events than we did last week, because we were focusing more on how nerds are gonna get recognized by KSU, we're still in the progress of doing that. Even for
KSU,
like-
bro, get it going.
no, we have to get on board. That's okay.
Sorry?
but it's okay. What was I saying? Yes. Also for our bank, we have spoken to BOP already, so we're in the process of doing that. We have finished one of our goals, though, that we want to be government recognized, and that's already completed. So we will not be called frauds. I hope. Fingers crossed.
I believe.
Fingers crossed. Cheeks clenched. So yes, more goals is obviously, yes, as I said, more events. We would receive a bit of funding and would be more appreciated in university. At the moment, we have a very, very fantastic response. Hopefully, we can travel as well internationally. I know a group that can help us, even the university can help us with funding. I think that's our goals. I forgot what I said in the AGM for our goals, but I said something similar to that. And obviously, and I think it's the most important thing as a community, I want us to grow.
Okay. So, from my end, that's all the questions I have. Do you have anything you want to promote, you want to plug regarding the club, regarding anything?
Okay, yes. So for the club, one more thing I like to mention as well. Following us is very, very, very easy. You can follow us.
Give them the
yes,
tags. and
you
so-
can follow us on the link below.
Yes, I will tag you in
Link
we'll tag
below.
you everywhere. But
Um,
give them the at as
Yes.
well.
So our Instagram is UM Chess Club. Yeah, that's it. So you can follow our events. If you would like to apply for a membership, you can talk to me on Facebook or on Instagram. You can talk on the UM Chess Club. Yes, thank you. Account on Instagram. Either myself or my executive members will respond. Most probably it will be because I spend too much time on my phone at the moment. What else? I guess that's it.
Alright, I don't know if you have any questions. No, that's it. Then thank you very much for joining us on today's episode. I hope it went well with the cameras and with the new mics,
We'll
guys.
see,
We're
yes.
piloting a new
The
thing.
mics, they sounded good during the test. The camera
Yes.
now we'll see.
Now we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next
Peace
episode.
out.
Ciao, boss.